guys, what is going on, Blossoms back? Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. And now we got another final, right? You know, the Corvette C6. It's been a while since we've had a tri-series because the last time we had the, not the GT series, the rebranded GT series that they now call the Grand Prix. So it was just a GP instead of a GT. But yeah, so that was for the, I think it was the Renault A442, whatever it is, the football formation. But now we got a new prize car, Corvette C6. And the cars that are required, SUV, UK, Italy, and South Korea. Basically, a lot of all-surface tire cars. And yeah, I mean, there's a very obvious reason to why the Hyundai Moab is now one of the best cars used in the final, because it's the only one that is off-road tires in a sea of all surface. And I'm really glad to have two of these fully upgraded already. This is my current hand. As you can see, I got a fully upgraded I-Pace, fully upgraded Hyundai. I got a full, not fully, not even close, F-Pace SVR, just, you know, 1 star. Slowly upgrading my Stelvio. This is going to be a great final for me to justify maxing my Stelvio. And also a great final for me to justify maxing my Lanzador. Guys, I have not had a legendary for a final in like 3 months, right? Because every time I try and open a pack, I never get a legendary, and it's just sad hours for me. But that's why I also have a lot of epic fuse lying around, and I can use that epic fuse to max these 2 cars. Do I want to max, you know, 2 legendaries for a regular prize car? I mean, okay, I need to read the room here, okay? Because I think a lot of people will probably see this as bad requirements for a meh prize car, but obviously I'm going to be biased. I got that Wyatt bias, you know what I mean? Like, I got that American bias. I want American cars, and you know, this is a really good one. It's all been electric, you know? So, yeah, obviously I love the prize car. I want the prize car, but you let me know down in the comments below. Is this a meh prize car with bad requirements? You guys can decide, but for me, personally, I like it a lot. Anyway, let's get into reviewing the pack, shall we? The pack that you need to open to get cars to compete in this final. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably not going to be opening these, mainly because I want to get the Suzuki Swift more than anything else in the world right now. But anyway, let's review the pack. As always, we've got the ranks. Der Kaiser, rightly rated, requires some criteria, severely underperforming, and of course, Robin's Wonders World of plus and minus 3 RQ, and there are going to be a lot of cars that fall into that category. We're starting off with the Range Rovers, and I think every single one of them deserves to be down here. I don't think there's a single one that deserves to be higher than Robin's Wonders World plus and minus 3 RQ. The only reason these cars are all RQ50 was because they deserve to be 49 or 48. But obviously, you know, Robin is not going to move a car down if it deserves to be 49 or 48. He's only going to move a car down if it deserves to be 47. So, yeah, I get it. You know, these cars are bad, but they're not 47 bad. But I still think that they're 48 or 49 bad, and they definitely do not deserve that ultra category, that ultra tag. So all of them are going to fall into Robin's Wonders World. Same thing for the Hyundai Palisade. This thing's terrible. Hyundai Santa Fe, I'm going to say terrible too. Yeah, 6671. I mean, it's a massive difference between the Evoque and the Hyundai. This is 6671. This is 7171. So, yeah, that makes me think that maybe severely underperforming. Yeah, I'll put it there. Alfa Romeo Kamal requires some criteria. I do get a decent amount of use out of this car when it comes to Alfa Romeo clubs, where it's like, you know, city streets wet, or any kind of wet tracks at scattered showers, or whatever they are, Rising Storm, all that kind of stuff in clubs. Aside from Alfa Romeo wet events, it's also pretty okay as a bargain for Italian wet events. If you use it on like a car park or maybe a G-Force, it's pretty decent in those places as well, especially as a bargain. So I'm gonna put that requires some criteria. Now moving on to a lot of these Range Rovers, they're just some of the worst all-surface tire cars in the game, aren't they? They don't handle well, they have low 0 to 60s. The top speed is a little bit better, but you know, it is what it is. I remember there was a time when back in 2020 when Great Exhibition was a brand new update, and the Range Rover Velar was, I believe it was RQ59. Or 58. It was seen as a mid-range ultra, but now it ain't much anymore. I'm gonna say severely underperforming based off the fact that when you max it out, it's only 80 handling. And honestly speaking, for most of these all-surface tire SUVs, you kind of want to go above 80. That's the bare minimum. If you're not a dragster, you gotta go at least like 81, 82. You know what I mean? So yeah, then we got the Sport P250. Again, this was one that some people thought was pretty decent, especially during the beginning of APD, not APGP, what was it, Great Exhibition. And the reason for that was because it's, if I remember correctly, it's lighter. Yeah, so it's under 2,000 kilograms, right? But remember, at the time of, you know, Great Exhibition, we didn't have JPT, and when JPT came around, it brought a bunch of all-surface tire cars that were so much lighter. So, you know, back during a little bit of history, right? Going back to, 5 years ago, Great Exhibition, if you get an all-surface tire car, that was under, 2,000 kilograms, that was considered impressive because it would do really well in the snow because it was light. But then, when JPT came around, you have things like the Subaru Crosstrek that was hitting like 1,003. And, take the Subarus aside, you've got the Skodas as well, right? And I think some of the Skodas are also like pretty light. I want to say that they're pretty light. 1,004. Yeah, 1,004, 1,006. So see, these are really light, and it kind of just makes the Land Rover even more useless. So we're severely underperforming now. It might have been decent back in the day, but not anymore. Maserati Levante handles a little bit better, right? 73 stock, which is great. But again, you're not going to use it too much. Even if it's like an Italian all-surface tire event, most people are going to be flogging towards the Stelvio, right? I got 2 of these fully upgraded for a reason as well. Yes, it's a lot more expensive. I get that. But I don't think that the Levante diesel is that good of a bargain anyway. Ford Kuga is up next. The Kuga, I'm going to require some criteria. Now, this is based off the fact that if my memory serves me correct, it is light. Very light. So, it's still, and it handles better than the P250 as well. So it has that going for it at least. The 0 to 60 is terrible, but I think Hutch is starting to identify that the 0 to 60 doesn't really make or break this car anyway, because although the 0 to 60 is bad, it has a higher RQ compared to the Discovery and the Levante for a reason, right? For a reason. I mean, it's ridiculously light. Handles better than the P250, regardless of the 0 to 60 difference. And even though it has the same handling as the Levante, I still think that the Kuga is a slightly better car, just because it's louder to use. Next is the Hyundai Santa Fe. It's AC handling. I can't. Yeah, I'm severely underperforming. Evoque. Okay, the Evoque autobiography is a pretty interesting one. And the main reason why is because I recently acquired this car once, and then twice, and then thrice. So I have 3 of them now, and I think they all came within a week. 4 days old. This is 1 day old. And this is 2 days old. So they're Philberto's collection, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were Philberto's collection, but they were also in the current Tri-Series requirements. So there were more places that we could get this car. The fact that I've gotten this car 3 times and I can't get the Suzuki Swift once within the week is actually killing me. I've got one fully upgraded now. It used to be an Epic, which is cool. It's light-ish, 1,005. 0 to 60 is okay. And it just beats over that handling market at 73. I'm going to put it in requires some criteria because it kind of gels in, these 2 cars, I guess. It has the lightweightness of the P250, even though the P250 isn't that light anymore. You get what I mean. It's lighter, but it handles better as well. All right, next up, we've got the Hyundai Kona 1.6. I want to talk about both the Konas because I'm going to put both of them in rightly rated. Very ugly cars, right, Giselle?
I've seen Kona recently, yesterday.
Yes, wait, actually?
Yes.
Yes.
On the road.
Oh, on the road. You think it's a pretty car?
No.
Yeah, it's so bad.
What's the difference between the 2?
That is a great question. It looks like it's the year. So the blue one is a 21, whilst the yellow one is a 2019. It looks like one got a facelift as well. So there's just the older version, basically like W212-1, W212-2.
So the other one is just better handling.
It's better handling. Newer car, lower 0-60. It's just a slightly better car. I mean, that makes sense. But both of these cars are great. They're 4-wheel drive center tires, and they handle well. So I'm going to put them in rightly rated. Also, when it comes to South Korean wet meta, these cars are pretty reliable. We got the Range Rover 5.0 V8. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Some people might disagree, but I'm gonna put that in Der Kaiser. It's the only good Range Rover, ultra rare in my opinion, and the main reason for it is because I think the MRI is decent. Top speed is high. 0 to 60 is very, very low. When you think about like dragsters in the all-surface meta, the Range Rover V8 is probably one of the first ones you think of. It's a very low 0 to 60 of 4.1 seconds. Very, very low. High top speed 168. Compare that to the Escalade. Escalade's got a lower 0 to 60 of 3.8, but top speed. So if you put these 2 cars in the test bowl, Range Rover's still gonna be a better car. Put these 2 cars on 1 mile. I feel like the Range Rover might be better as well, but don't quote me on that. I do know that, the Escalade IQ is specifically like a hill climb, half mile, quarter mile kind of thing, not a testable, not a 1 mile kind of car. But then again, you got to take into account the Audi Q7. The Audi Q7 is pretty good too. Now, this is good for Ocean Beach Slalom. I don't know if it's the car that you want to use for the 1 mile though, but it's got a lower 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds compared to the 4.1 seconds we max this out. But yeah, 4.3, is this even drag spec though? It's not. So it will actually go down to 4.2 because this one is drag spec. I know I have a drag spec one lying around. Okay, Hyundai Kona N, pretty good one. Performance tires, handle well. High ground clearance. Did you see that recently?
No, I mean I don't know which one I saw.
I don't think you saw this because this is the N. It's supposed to be the faster sport version. And also it's new, actually 21, it's not that new. Stelvio, we talked about this earlier. It's a good car. It's a good all-surface tire car that you can use. Handles well, and I think it's rightly rated. I wouldn't put it in Der Kaiser because even though it's 64, it doesn't deserve to be 64, to be honest. Maybe 63 because it loses to the RQ62 BMW X. I want to say X5, might be X7. I'm not too sure. We already overshot it. Where are you? Why are you not located here? Is it filtered by anything else? Why is the BMW not here? Where is this car? 63. Oh, because it's 62. It's 62, right? No? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, the X5. So this actually beats the Stelvio in some places. 4.282 compared to the Stelvio. So because of that, I'm going to put it in rightly rated instead of Der Kaiser because it is losing to an RQ62. Does this thing deserve to be RQ62? Probably maybe 63. I think these two cars should be 63. Moving on. Oh, okay. So all the Ultras are done. We move on to the Epics now. And I know I'm saying this late, but I think you guys probably get it already by the time you hear me say this, because I say it for almost every episode. This is all my personal opinion, okay? So if you disagree, you can comment down below, but this is my personal opinion based off, my 8 years experience of playing this game, of how useful these cars are. All right, Bentayga Diesel. I mean, again, if you were playing this game since 2020, this thing used to have, like, amazing MRA. Like, yeah, Giselle did unpack this car for me. It's not going to be in this rank. I'm just putting it here so we can talk about it. I'm going to bring it down. Giselle did unpack this for me. I mean, we played charades over it. It was a crash pack, right? It's the fact that I crash, obviously, because they're better for me nowadays. But we played charades for this. That was pretty fun. But yeah, Bentayga Diesel was really good back in the day. He used to have an incredible MRA, right? If you guys remember, used to be like up in the RQ70 plus ranges. Well, no, the MRA has been nerfed. Photo is still absolutely gorgeous, but with the MRA nerf, this thing has become really useless. Handling isn't even that great. It handles the same as the freaking Hyundai Kona, and that's an ultra rare for crying out loud. 0 to 60 is low, but again, that doesn't mean anything if you don't have a good top speed. So, and also it's a lot more harder to fully upgrade. Who wants to upgrade that? It's a beautiful photo though. Beautiful. One of the nicest photos in the game, but honestly severely underperforming. So yeah, it's gonna be down here. Moving on, Defender Works V8. It's the same thing. They got a very low 0 to 60s. It's good on a hill climb, but that's it. So I'm gonna put that in severely underperforming as well. Alpha Tonale plug-in hybrid. I'm gonna put that in rightly rated. Again, for the same reason as the Hyundai Konas, they're just good four-wheel drive Centaur cars that handle well. It would be nice if this was more of like a 76 situation, but it's got a very low 0 to 60 as well. And the handling isn't bad at the end of the day. 83 handling is still okay for an RQ69. I would say that 75 handling for four-wheel drive standard is good for an RQ58 or 61, and it's okay for a 69, but I don't think it's terrible. 0 to 60 does make up for it. It is very low for that kind of car. Alpha Stelvio 2.0 Turbo Patrol. I'm going to put that in requires some criteria. 5.477. I do have this fully upgraded. It gets an okay amount of use at 4.585. I've used it 295 times. Win ratio is not the best though, 69. But then again, I'm putting it up against RQ79s most of the time, and I'm probably just trying to save RQ and stuff like that. Decent for a Italian all-surface tire car. There are not a lot of Italian all-surface tire cars. I mean, I am doing that by just Stelvio. So if I were to go to country, Italy, collections, no, I need to look for tires, right? Car attributes, is it? All surface. I mean, they're not a lot. You got the Urus that are all legend, but when it comes to the Epics, it's just that and the Levante. So I think it's fair to put these two cars kind of in the same category. So I'm going to find the Levante right now, Levante S. I'm going to put them both in require some criteria. Moving on, the F-Pace is up next. Oh man, F-Pace is a strange one because it handles the same as the Stelvio at 77, but it's 0.4 seconds slower and it's more expensive to use. Now, the caveat for the F-Pace is that it has more MRA. But then again, the Stelvio and the Maserati, they're the only two all-surface tire, Italian cars. So, they've got a lot less competition to work with. But when we go to the UK, it's going to be a little bit more. It's not that big, to be fair, but it's a little bit more. And you'd rather just use a Range Rover Sport SVR. That's the issue, right? You got the Bentayga. We talked about that already. It's not that great. This is a prize car. So technically, you are actually just competing against three. But then again, you got some off-roader ones, too. So if I open the scene to off-road, there are more cars you can use, like the Exige, the Escort, the Nomad. And then I know what you guys are saying. It's not fair. You didn't do off-road for Italian. Let's put in off-road for Italian then. Let's do that, because there are not a lot of off-road Italian epic cars anyway. You're just adding in the 037, the X19, and the Stratus, and the Stratus is freaking terrible. It's a terrible car anyway. So, it's a tough one. F-Pace, I'm actually gonna bring it down, honestly. All right, moving on. Di Tommaso, DeVille. I'm gonna put that in rightly rated. It's good, but honestly speaking, I never use it. Where is that Di Tommaso? I have it. I have that car actually. Let me get rid of off-road Italy. Actually, yeah, we'll get rid of everything. D. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. Tommaso. Yeah, I do have this. And it's so strange because it's classified as an SUV. It looks like a saloon, but it's actually classified as an SUV. Saloon as an SUV. I've owned it for over 1,000 days, guys. I've only used it 23 times. It is a very useful car for the Italian center tire niche. It's just that it's something that I don't really care about. Because usually when I'm in an Italian wet event, I just hope that the RQ is high, and I'm just going to use a max out Lamborghini instead. So yeah, rightly rated. I think it's pretty good though. High ground clearance, 86 handling, 4-drive standard. Moving on, Hyundai Santa Fe. This one already, I can tell you, going to be a bit lackluster. I'm gonna put it at the bottom, honestly. Okay, maybe the bottom's a bit too hard. Maybe like requires some criteria. I have a feeling that I'm not gonna be using my Santa Fe's at all, and this is coming from someone that has 3. And I just don't think they're gonna be that useful. I mean, look, if we're not gonna be used in the APR trials, I really don't know when you're gonna use them. They've not been any useful in any Hyundai final recently. Maybe in the future. Good looking car though. Basically like the Hyundai's version of a Land Cruiser. I still prefer the Land Cruiser though. Rover Sport SVR. Yeah, that's alright. Rightly rated. I-Pace, sorry. That's Der Kaiser for sure. That's been Der Kaiser for a very long time. One of the best 4-drive center tire cars in the game that you can get. Moab Extreme Off-Road. I think it's rightly rated. It's one of the best cars you can use in this final, but it's not the greatest off-road tire car in the game. 79 is being a bit too nice on this car. I think it should be like maybe a 78 or a 77. There are cars that handle way better than this. 72 I would say is pretty lackluster as well for an RQ79 4-wheel drive off-road tire car. Moving on to the legendaries. I mean, we start off all the crap, right? The Velar SVA, this is Robin's Wonders World of Plus Minus 3 RQ. Bentega's the same thing. Both Bentega's the same thing. These things should go down to epic already. The Bentegas in top drives, baby. They're really bad. Do you remember this one though, Giselle? Because we unpacked this one too. This is the one where we want to play charades round 2, but I flipped my phone too quick. Yeah, that's a good one. So I was very happy with that poll. We did get that from a crash pack that I didn't record as well. F-Pace SVR requires some criteria. It's not that good of a legendary. The only time you want to use it is like a British all-service tire event that has a lot of drags, because this thing has pretty decent MRA and like good top speed, and that's about it. The Urus Concept, don't have this one fully upgraded. I know a lot of people that have it fully upgraded. I've heard kind of mixed reviews about it. So I'm going to put it in the middle for now. Stelvio Quadrifoglio I've owned for a very long time, and I think it's rightly rated. Is it Der Kaiser? Not anymore, but it's still a very, very good car. What is Der Kaiser though is a Lanzador. Lanzador is fantastic, and the Lamborghini Urus S is going to be that as well. I mean, that's why the Stelvio has gone down, because you got things like the Urus S, which has, you know, better 0 to 60, better handling, better top speed, just all of that, right? Obviously, it's more expensive to use, but, you know, sometimes in top drive is using the best and the best bargain, and this isn't the best, nor is it the best bargain. Still a good car, but this is the best. Anyway, going back to that one last car that I put in the middle, that I shoehorned into the middle for no apparent reason. Where is it? Oh yeah, the Urus Concept. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like I'm gonna leave it there. Again, it's worse than the Stelvio, and the Stelvio is worse than the Urus. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Usually for these kind of videos, I'll end off with opening a pack, you know, for the same pack that I'm reviewing, but it's shit. Any words, Giselle?
Is it the finals for soccer moms?
Oh, yeah, is it the finals for soccer moms? I mean, it's yeah, I guess so. It's the finals where you need to use soccer mom cars. That is one way to put it. You just gave me a title, a YouTube title. That's good. All right. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have a great day. We're gonna stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty. Leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy. Turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
Hey, Sophie.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like